Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today's video is an entire glow up manual which you can follow for the next 90 days, and you will see a shift not only in the way you appear, the confidence that you carry when you walk into any room, but also how you feel about yourself, because a lot of low self-worth issues that people have, even when they have so many degrees that they have achieved through their education, they have so much of work experience, they have so many skills, they are gifted, they are talented, but they are not able to showcase their work, whether it is speaking up confidently in a meeting or presenting what you have as your service or an offering, or anything where it comes about talking about yourself, your work, your organization, your company. If you're holding yourself back, or even if you are a student for that matter, this video is really going to be helpful for you. So you need to follow these things, and there is a proper sequence to it, and in case I forget my sequence, I'm going to look into my laptop because I don't want to miss out on the sequence. It's important to be said in that sequence. Let's start with the first thing. The first is to understand that ignorance is not bliss. We often think that we are neglecting something, it will disappear from our life. That mess is going to get automatically sorted, but it never happens like that. Or you think that if I fix other people's life, or if I am paying attention to everybody else around me, somehow that mess is going to get sorted. And that is why we see a lot of people who can show very good care to others, but they are not able to direct that same care towards themselves. Because a lot of times when we are trying to constantly be nosy into other people's life, what it does is that it takes away the attention from everything that is messing up in our own internal world. Hence, ignorance is not bliss, but owning where you are in your life right now and starting to work on your growth, that is real bliss. So how are you going to do that in a practical way? I'm going to be attaching the wheel of life, which has the areas of life that we need to work on, and out of these 7-8 areas, you need to pick up the 3 areas, and from that you're going to write down specific goals in each of the areas. Do not pick on more than 3 areas. Be very honest with yourself that these are the 3 most important areas, because our brain does something called as auto generalization. So if you're solving the big problems, you will be able to automatically solve the smaller ones. But what we are learning here through these 8 habits and mental models is actually how to solve life problems, and that is how you build the real confidence, the real trust on yourself. And for that, you will have to take the 100% responsibility of your current life situation. Now, when I'm coaching clients, they are undergoing a lot of things, and sometimes when emotionally they are not in a good space, they will ask questions like, why did this happen to me? Or something something unfortunate can also happen, like someone may have lost one of their parent, or somebody who was the main financial giver of the family, and now they have to take the responsibility of it, which can feel like a very heavy thing to do, and one can get emotional in that situation. It's quite natural. But I asked them, instead of asking the question, why did this happen to me, how about we see that how I can take this in my stride and grow from this in this particular direction. Now what it does, it takes you from a victim space to an actual hero space of your own life. And you know what? When a hero is really striving hard in their own life, and they are working towards their goals, and they are putting in the work, they are passionately doing things, they're also taking care of themselves, other people want you to win. You become not only your own hero, you become a people's hero too. So this is how you not just grow yourself, you promote other people to grow with you. And that has to start from yourself, by the way. You cannot be neglecting yourself and then saying everybody else that I'm going to help you, I'm going to help you. People are not going to believe you, okay? Only when you have a strong backbone, you are able to trust yourself, and other people are also able to trust you. The second thing is, when you're going to take steps into this direction, allow yourself to cringe, okay? Your first step is never going to be perfect. And when you just start to show up, it can feel like cringe. When I was filming videos, a part of me was so happy that I have finally started to put things on YouTube. But what happened was, a part of me also judged my own voice, how I was speaking, what hand gestures I was doing, and I was making fun of my own self and in my head, or I was being very critical of myself as to, Rutuja, is this how you really make videos? And I learned to, slow down, slowly make my voice better and improve in the way I deliver things, because I got a feedback from one of my mentors who trained me into soft skills that you are a Rajdhani Express and you need to slow down. I later on learned from a psychological expert that people who are very ambitious speak very fast. So I'm not somebody who speaks like really very slow, because by nature I'm a person who likes growth and ambition and all of that. So hence I'll always have a pace in my speaking. Hence, I don't force myself to sound cute and cheerful and bubbly, because that will only happen in front of my friends or my family members, because your natural things matter. How you want to show up in a particular place matters. So even if in the beginning it feels like cringe, but when you authentically hold who you are as a person and you are expressing yourself, your boldness. For example, I am a very bold person when it comes to public speaking. I don't like to hide, hence I like to put on a bold lipstick on my face whenever I come in front of the videos. So that kind of boldness I carry without any apology to myself. Oh, how should I wear a bold lipstick? Oh, no, I have to hide myself. Otherwise I'm going to be unsafe. So whenever we have this feeling of I need to hide myself, or I'm not a good person if I wear a bold lipstick, or I'm not a good person if I'm putting a blazer in every single video. Even if you go to the very initial videos where I didn't have like a very good camera, but I had a very good blazer put on. Okay, coming to the third point, continuing from the same thing, respect yourself from the way you dress up. Dress up like you respect yourself. I love putting on blazer also on occasions that may not feel significant to a lot of other people. Like, social activities in college. I did not see anybody else putting on a blazer, which is actually fine, because when you're going on field on social work, you're not required to put on a blazer. But my social activities were related to schools, and I was going to interact with principals and teachers and all of that. And because I come from a teacher's family, I also know that what kind of seriousness exists in the academia or when it comes to education. So whenever I get a chance to put on a blazer, I do it. I love to wear a blazer. So whatever feels like, respecting yourself in that moment. So I also like saris. I also like flowy fabrics. I also like very feminine, very girly kind of dresses as well. So I like to put on that as well, but on specific occasions. But there have been times where I said that, looks don't matter. Or I said that I'm just going to be in this very t-shirt and very messed up, way of me that also exists. But the more I learned to not lead with that way. That is good when I'm, just having a holiday and I'm chilling at home, I'm reading a book, and I am not meeting anybody. But even if I go to a grocery shop, I like to dress up and go to a grocery shop. That's who I am as a person. So you don't have to follow the same things. It is completely up to you. But whatever feels like, respecting yourself when it comes to dressing up, you can do that. I know so many women, especially women, who love the color red but do not put on red clothes, red lipsticks, or anything that will make them, look like a bold person, because a part of them wants to wear it, a part of them is like, oh my god, don't be that much, don't be too much. That is the third thing that you're going to do. The fourth thing is you are going to appreciate yourself and give yourself the approval every time you are doing something contrary to your critical voice. So what is that critical voice? The critical voice is that judgment who says that, why the hell are you making videos? What do you know about the world? And, what do you think of yourself for wearing a blazer? Or a voice that is actually your biggest bully in your own head. You need to shun that voice if you want to grow. Okay, the only use of that voice could be in the longer run that it gives you a caution about something that may happen. So in certain situation you can prepare for the worst and then gain your confidence back to actually do the things that you want to do. So that is a good use of your critical voice. But all other places, this bully is not required in your life. Okay, hence when you practice self-appreciation and do it, my clients have got the results of practicing self-appreciation for 90 days where you approve yourself for the little things that you do right. Okay, because for a very long time we have lived in a world where criticism is in abundance and appreciation is in scarcity. But our brain works in such a way that if it is rewarded for the right things, it does the right things again. But if you punish it for doing the right things by just telling your brain, okay, you made the video but it was too bad, your brain is not going to make a video again ever in your life. So practicing self-appreciation helps. So if you're really committed to build your confidence, to build a life that you truly aligned with, you can go to the description box, you can watch our free training, and post the free training you can come back again. There is a link to book a free clarity call with me where I can take you through this journey of personal transformation and you are able to unlock your next level of growth. With that being said, let's go to the fifth point. The fifth thing is focusing on your education. Education is your superpower. Now, by education, I don't only mean your academic degree education. That is important as well. But if for some reason you have not chosen that path or you cannot choose that path, you can focus on getting the skills that are required. And life skills are so really important. If I could recommend 2 life skills to anybody that please learn this and get sorted for life, the first one would be personal finance. Learn to manage your own money, and we are going to come to that point. Even if you make very little money, or even right now you take money from your parents and you get some pocket money, even learn to manage the pocket money as well. Because once you are able to be comfortable with money, you are getting comfortable with power, you're getting comfortable with success. It is actually the other way around, that with power and success, comfort comes a lot of comfort with money, but you can start with money as well. The second is the skill of visibility, putting yourself out there. If you have to sell something to anybody, or if you have to present something to anybody, you should be able to articulate, do it in a manner that is pleasant for you and also pleasant for other people around you. These 2 skills can help you make a lot of money, no matter in which profession you are or what you are doing. All of these 2 skills are very important. So invest in your learning and education and pick up one skill that you can monetize. Even if you are somebody who's a college student, monetize on one of your skills. It could be graphic designing, video editing, teaching. Just earn money once and see how much your confidence increases. Reach out to people here and there and say, can I make you a poster? And if you like it, I can make 5 more for you and pay me this much amount. This is for somebody who is in their college and watching it. If you are a professional who's already working, go and ask for a little extra work and do that work. I had this in my organization that in our group of freshers we had just entered, there was one person who was actually the smartest technically, but this person unfortunately was not able to showcase their skills because they were not getting the opportunities to work into the project. So everybody is like, they are freshers, they are in training, they are freshers, they are in training. I was very lucky to get a manager who would say that, Rutuja, even if you're making mistakes and still you are in the learning phase, please do things in the projects, and if you have some doubts you can ask me. So my manager promoted my visibility, my manager gave me work. So if your manager is not giving you work, go and ask for work, go and ask for opportunities that can help you become more visible. And being on the front foot, being proactive matters a lot when you want to make significant growth in your career. People don't like to work with people who will just do the bare minimum, and you would naturally be not the person. If you want to hide, you will not be the person who will be able to reach the heights. Just remember that. You can be, the hidden power behind a large organization, where you are hidden from the social media and the camera, but you cannot remain hidden within the organization. There you will be very clearly visible. So do not forget, it's like a very important thing. Okay, so the 6th one, I told you that, you make money, and continuing with that, the 6th point is you should be able to save some amount of money as your future funds or your emergency funds. Okay, I'm not a financial advisor, but it is so important that whenever you will have some amount of money as your own savings, even if you just get pocket money and you get into the habit of managing money well, even when you get pocket money, still you're donating some amount to people. So I always say that make these buckets, whatever matters to you. Enjoyment matters to you, traveling matters to you, make a bucket. Donations, contributions matter to you, make a bucket. Savings matter to you, savings should matter to everybody definitely. So make a bucket, and whenever you get your first salary, learn to actually distribute it. You like to give gifts to people, make a bucket. All of it, and then gift people from this. So whenever you are planning how you want to spend your money, you will enjoy the experience of spending money as well. And oftentimes this is a very neglected thing. When I say confidence and when we are talking about our inner power, what we are doing is that we are healing our relationship with power. Whenever we had seen misuse of power in our world externally, we somewhere believe that power is bad. Power is not bad. Success is not bad. Money is not bad. But how people may have used it may have not been the correct way to do it. So you define your correct ways, you learn, you unlearn, and you explore your individuality, and that is really important. Especially if you are in your 20s and you're watching this video and you do not implement it, it is going to be a huge cost of opportunity that you're going to pay. I know I sound like an elder sister scolding you, but yeah, if it was my little brother, I would have said the same thing to him. So the next thing is, it's very crucial. Not looking at yourself from the lens of somebody who is very, very critical and who puts other people down. Now, there are a lot of people in this world whose self-esteem comes from taking other people's self-esteem away. One of the ways is belittling them, and when I recognize sometimes that I was doing it unknowingly, I stopped it. For example, I had a thing of saying to 10th standard students, now in 10th standard, most of them get very good marks, okay? Everybody gets above 90%, most of them. And I had started to say that, hey, your 10th standard marks don't matter. But I was not considering this thing that this little child may have put in so much effort in the 10th standard because everybody has told them that it matters. So I'm not going to take away that joy. I understand in the longer run it is not a sole deciding factor, but if this child wants to enjoy that achievement, who am I to actually take it away from them? I'll give them a reality check later in life, when they require it. In case they come to me for sessions, that's a different thing, but I'm not going to say it in the moment where they are celebrating it. Like this, if you are doing certain things which may be putting other people down unknowingly, you want to recognize it, you want to stop it. And if you recognize somebody around whom you can never be the right person, around whom you're always the bad person. So here the word is always. You're always the person who needs to be fixed. You're always the person who is not good enough for anything. So in Hindi, if I say, tum nalayak ho un log ke samne. So do not look at yourself from their lens. Okay, and this is your only way to save the relationship that you have with them, because nobody likes to be looked at from a microscope, from a magnifying glass कि इसमें मैं सारे जो बुरी चीज़ें वो ढूंढूं और इसको रिपेयर करते रहूं. Nobody likes to be fixed, but everybody likes to be growing. So how do you do that? You do that by giving solicited advice, not unsolicited advice. I also had to learn this. So wherever either you are not going to look at yourself from the same lens, and if possible you are going to create some kind of distance when you are in the initial phases of building your confidence, because you do something to build your confidence. You put a red lipstick and this person is like, red lipstick में तुम बहुत ही गंदी दिखती हो. You started to save, आपने कोई SIP choose किया, आपने कुछ choose किया. How stupid you are to invest in that particular SIP. So आपको समझ में आ रहा है कौन से पैटर्न से मैं आपको कह रही हूँ कि थोड़ा सा दूर रहिए. Okay, so look at yourself in the mirror with the red lipstick. अगर आप सुंदर लगते हो तो just tell yourself कि हाँ मैं बहुत सुंदर लग रही हूँ अभी. And that was the 8th point. Even the strongest people, the most resilient ones, उनका भी confidence चला जाएगा अगर ऐसे आपके आसपास 4-5 लोग आपको मिल गए तो. ठीक है. So be with people who give you objective feedback. Objective feedback मतलब कि ऐसा कभी नहीं हो सकता कि सामने वाले में कुछ ही अच्छा नहीं है. ठीक है. और वहाँ पे आप उनको बोलते हो कि ये अच्छा है, ये गलती आपने करी है, so how do you really improve on that? What are you going to do differently? So there is appreciation also in objective feedback. सिर्फ नेगेटिव नहीं होता है objective feedback. And जब आप ऐसे बन जाते हो ना कि आप हर चीज़ को ड्यूटी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी समझ के बहुत सारा कर लेते हो, तो एक पॉइंट के बाद यू विल ऑल्सो टर्न इनटू अ वेरी वेरी कोल्ड पर्सन हु सेज कि अच्छा उसने वो कर दिया, अरे वो तो उसकी ड्यूटी है ना, तो व्हाई शुड आई अप्रिशिएट. So appreciation will, be away from your life from all angles. ना इधर वो आप खुद को करोगे ना आप दूसरों को करोगे, ग्रैटिट्यूड नहीं रहेगा, आप बहुत कोल्ड बन जाओगे, बहुत क्रिटिकल बन जाओगे. सो यू वांट टू सेव योर सेल्फ फ्रॉम दैट. ओके, सो अप्रिशिएट योर सेल्फ, appreciate what you find beautiful and what you find amazing in other people. And if you find yourself doing this, sometimes unknowingly trying to put other people down, just recognize it. A simple thing that I tell to women a lot, that do not put down other women by saying कि ये तो क्या घर पे ही बैठी रहती है, अपने पति के पैसे से कमाती है. there are different phrases, and especially जब मैं दूसरे औरतों के बारे में ऐसा सुनती हूँ, I go crazy. I go crazy, because if you are too fair, you're going to be judged. If you're too into a dusky side, you're going to be judged. If you're fat, you're going to be judged. If you're thin, you're going to be judged. And this is not just with women. We all sometimes as a society become like we are the moral compass for other people. No, if you really want to build confidence in somebody else, never become their moral compass. अपना moral compass बनो, उसको ठीक करो. If people are inspired by you, they will automatically inspire other people and take inspirations from you as well and improve their lives. Okay, see you in the next video.